Today I've got two of Brooks's best-selling daily trainers, the Ghost 18 and the Adrenaline GTS 25. These are the two shoes that running stores give out most, but which one is going to be best for you? Well, that's what I'm going to help you out with today. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which one is going to be best for you and whether or not you need a stability shoe, because that's key for choosing which one of these is going to be best for you. The twist here is that these two running shoes use the same foam, they have the same drop, they cost nearly the same amount of money, and to be fair, they're 90% the same shoe. It's the 10% that you need to know about, and that's what I'm going to identify for you. The DNA that these two running shoes share is the foam, the DNA Loft version 3, which is really well balanced. They both sit at that 10mm drop, they both fit true to size, and they're both built for comfort over speed. The real difference is that the Adrenaline adds that GTS or go-to support guide rails, and that's really what's going to decide this for you. You're going to have to figure out whether or not you need a stability shoe, because that is the key difference here. If by the end of this comparison you do want to look closer at either one of these running shoes, I will put links up there and in the description so you can go watch my full unbiased reviews of either one of these shoes. Let's start by going through the key specifications of both of these shoes so you can see how they compare on paper. The Ghost 18 cost $150. And the Adrenaline GTS 25 costs $155. That's effectively a tie. The Ghost weighs 10.6 ounces and the Adrenaline weighs 10.2 ounces. And that's for my US size 9. The Adrenaline GTS 25 is actually a little bit lighter, and that might surprise some people, because a lot has changed in this new Ghost. Both have a 10mm drop, which is a dead tie, and both ride lower and more natural than that number suggests. The stack on the Ghost is 36mm at the heel and 26mm under the forefoot, and the Adrenaline has 37mm at the heel and 27mm under the forefoot. Again, I'm going to call that one a tie, it's just so close. And if you're not sure what drop means or how that affects you in your run, well, I highly recommend reading my article all about drops and stack heights up there. That link's also in the description. Both midsoles use identical DNA Loft version 3 foam, but the Adrenaline embeds guide rails along each side. That's the one spec that matters most. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're both true to size. The Ghost has that flat knit pillow tongue and refined heel counter, which gives a really secure lockdown. But the forefoot tapers, so wide-footed runners should size into the 2E or 4E size, just to make sure. The Adrenaline GTS 25 has a wider toe box than before and a wider fit overall. So that's going to immediately suit higher volume footed runners. When it comes to breathability, I've got to say the Brooks Ghost 18 is more breathable than the Adrenaline GTS 25. So if you are going to be running in hot conditions, I'd go Ghost. If you're enjoying this comparison video so far, please give a video a like, and if you see that hype button, make sure you tap it. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. And if you've run in either one of these running shoes I'm comparing today, I want to hear your thoughts, good or bad. Please put it in the comments down below. That's going to help others decide which one's going to be best for them. So the more information, the better. Thank you. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for more comparison videos just like this one, but also running shoe reviews and roundups too. You're not going to want to miss what's coming up, so make sure you hit that notification bell as well, and I'll see you on the next video. When it comes to ride feel underfoot, these two are very much siblings. They feel connected and low to the ground with a well-balanced midsole. They're protective and controlled, but the Ghost definitely feels softer than it has done in the past. But the Adrenaline has now added a softer heel landing, and it just feels smoother throughout the transition from heel landing to toe takeoff. Both feel really good and connected on the run. That's the most important thing to mention here. They're not max cushioned daily trainers. They're very much well-balanced daily trainers, which makes them versatile if you do want to pick up the pace a little bit and you just want a daily trainer to bag your easy mileage, base mileage, and recovery runs, long runs, that kind of stuff. These traditional daily trainers both do that really well. Now for the most important differentiator, the fact that the Adrenaline GTS has guide rails in it. Guide rails offer support, so if you do overpronate or supinate a little bit, these guide rails do actually help with your transitions from heel landing to toe takeoff. They smooth out your gait and offer that support that many runners actually need. But it doesn't overcorrect, it just guides your stride. And that's the most important thing to note about the stability features of this one, is it's not overly corrective. So it does actually apply really well to neutral gated runners as well. I think that's why it's so popular. When it comes to pace range, neither one of these shoes are really quick. They're not speed training shoes, tempo running shoes, or anything like that. They're very much daily trainers, and traditional ones at that. Meaning there's not a huge amount of propulsion or response coming from the foams and the midsoles here, but that's actually really important for a daily trainer because it makes you work harder. And then when it comes to race day, that's when you swap out to a racing shoe or a super trainer, and that's when the shoe gives back and you end up going super fast. But daily trainers like this really do have a place in your rotation. I love the fact that both of these feel traditional and connected, and both have a pretty good pace range. So that means you can use these for longer runs, slower recovery jogs, but also just bagging base mileage. That's where they fit the best. So if you're a mild to moderate pronator, then I highly recommend going with the Adrenaline GTS 25. This is probably one of the most recommended stability running shoes from most running stores out there because it doesn't overcorrect. It just offers that little bit of guidance for those who do need it. If you're wondering how these shoes compare to the competition out there in their same categories right now, well, the Ghost obviously features on my best daily trainers roundup. So follow that link up there if you want to go read that roundup. And the Adrenaline GTS 25, of course, features on my best stability daily trainers right now. And that's a link for that roundup. Also, both links are in description too. So what's my final verdict? Which one should you go for? Well, I recommend going with the Ghost 18 if your stride is neutral, you want the more breathable upper, you need the full 4-width range, or nobody has ever told you that you overpronate. Because if you don't need support, don't buy it. And go with the Adrenaline GTS 25 if you've been told you overpronate, or you notice your form getting messy when you're tired, or you spend long hours on your feet and want structure with your comfort. If you're still not sure which one's going to be best for you, maybe you think there's a better shoe out there, I highly recommend getting a gait analysis at your local running store. They'll be able to tell you if you overpronate or not, and that will definitely help guide your decision. Which one's my favorite? Well, that's an incredibly tricky question. Right now, I'm going to have to say the Ghost 18 because I don't need a huge amount of support personally. But honestly, both of them feel really good on the run, and they do offer great protection and comfort. So honestly, it's going to be down to whether or not you need that support, whether you go for the Adrenaline GTS or the Ghost 18. I want to know which one you went for or which one you're leaning towards. Was it the Ghost 18 or the Adrenaline GTS 25? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're just not sure, describe your type of running, the mileage you do, and I'll help you decide which one's going to be best for you. Also, if you're shopping around and you're not sure which running shoe is best for you, I've created a running shoe finder tool on alistairrunning.com. Follow that link up there. That will ask you 5 questions and it should pick the best free running shoes for your needs. Well, that's it for this comparison. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you decide which running shoe is going to be best for you. Again, if you're not sure, drop that question in the comments. I reply to everyone, so your time won't be wasted. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next comparison video, running shoe review, or running shoe roundup. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.